Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Serious Sam 2 and we are going to do level 2 Riverdance and let's go.
Nettie? Do something? I can't understand a bloody word they're saying.
And next to that helpful cutscene, it basically just says, walk through the level, because there's a village, and let me help. And again,
we need to find the Simba village and contact their chief.
And immediately we get thrown into battle after seeing Conan the librarian or whatever his name was. And yeah, cavemen, they have shields. If you shoot their shields, they generally let go of them, and then you can just kill them off easily with a grenade. I am pretty much going to waste all of my ammo in this level because after we beat this level, we're going to get a complete ammo refill, so we have nothing to worry about. This guy has ammo. There's a whole bunch of these little guys on top of little towers like these, and they generally have some kind of sort of power-ups with them as well.
It's too dangerous for swimming. You should use the bridge.
And that's quite useful usually. Now here's the waterfall. Unfortunately,
I hate swimming.
Sam apparently hates swimming, which is a little bit unfortunate. You can't pick up chairs and throw them into the waterfall to have a general idea of how fast you would go if there was not an invisible wall stopping you. And that would be rather unfortunate, and also becomes a little bit more obvious later on in the level. Now here is a rather odd house. There's a whole bunch of TNT inside it. I'm just going to take one of these with us for funsies. You can, these are actually connected to something, which I'll be talking about later, but for now, we're just going to take it along a ride. If you do it right, you can throw these in a way that it explodes immediately. It just doesn't always work. You can also use the grenade to make them go boom as well, but usually it just goes wrong. And again, I am pretty much wasting all of my ammo right here just for the sake of using it as efficiently as possible. And these guys, unfortunately we no longer have our dinosaur, which is rather unfortunate because that dinosaur is really good. But killing these guys is not too much of a trouble with our trusty grenades and stuff. And after we kill those guys, it plays this little cutscene where an airship is coming towards you.
Don't shoot it. Maybe they have something for you.
And hopefully I'm doing this right, but you can actually destroy a little ship that's coming up. And unfortunately, we didn't manage to destroy it. This is kind of an odd one, because that ship is supposed to destroy the little Simba ship, but it is actually possible to just destroy it yourself. Like, well, it's possible to destroy the Simba ship, but it's also possible to destroy the ship that is going to destroy the Simba ship. And if you do that, the Simba ship just sort of flies off into the distance, and then it just explodes anyway. It's really silly, but it's a thing you can do. Also, you shouldn't destroy the ship because it actually drops these two boxes. And this one has some ammo, or armor in it rather, and that one has some ammo in it. So they are definitely useful to have as well. Now this game has very classy secrets. There's a whole bunch of beans. And if you use the beans, you get the farting secrets. There will be many more secrets like that. You mostly do it for the points, to be perfectly honest, but it is great, really. Now, we move on, and there's a whole bunch of these green dudes. These green dudes can only do melee attacks, so they have to be right next to you. They do run faster than you, so you have to be a little bit careful, but they die really quickly with this shotgun over here. So they're absolutely not a threat at all. And just make sure that these enemies stay as far away as possible from you. The only real scary things are the big dudes that throw axes at you. Whereas these guys are just very easily dispatched and not a problem at all. Now, before we move on over the bridge, we're just going to kill these guys because they tried to kill us. And before we move on, we're just going to go over there where we see some blue feet sticking out of a bush. And again, classy secrets all over the place. And we're just not going to talk about that one too much. Again, whole bunch of towers. If you get close to them, they drop power-ups. We want those. I'm not really going to bother with the ammo right there because we have plenty, but, you know, if you need it. So here's a bit of an odd one. There is, and I'm going to quick save over there. There's a house over there, and if you move closer,
Let's go to the other side.
she'll say, let's go to the other side. Sam will say, acknowledge, and you move forward a bit. Planes start coming from the sky. That little dude comes out. He has a weapon in his hands. Everything gets destroyed, and general badness is happening right here. And there's a little raft over there, and there's people, and it's all nasty. So let's load a quick save. What you can do instead is you can go over under the bridge and just go to the other side like this. And this is where it gets a bit odd because the game is supposed to think you went through that checkpoint and then go here, and that should spawn the guy inside here. And it should spawn the planes, and it should spawn basically everything. We can just go anywhere we want right now, and there's just not going to be enemies anywhere, which is pretty silly. Unfortunately, we cannot beat the level in this state, and also we cannot get the double-barreled shotgun, which this guy would drop otherwise. And it's a little bit unfortunate. Also, if I now destroy this house, it then becomes completely impossible to get that weapon. It's all a bit of a mess, but we're just going to use the silence to shoot this raft over there to get that bomb. Sometimes you have to shoot the raft after shooting the little rope that's attached to it before it actually starts moving. But eventually, it'll come towards you. There's a big invisible wall stopping you from actually going on it, pretty much. But it's a serious bomb. The serious bomb is a weapon. There's not that many of them in the game. And if you use it, it pretty much just kills everyone on screen. It's really powerful, and I'm not going to waste it here, unfortunately. So that's going to be for a little bit later. And I mentioned that those sticks of TNT were actually used for something later on. It's used for this plunger.
Secret switch has been activated.
And it destroys that house. That's all this secret does. It's very easy to miss what it actually does at all if you're just like looking in a different direction or something like that. But anyway, because we went under the bridge first and walked basically to this point, the planes will no longer come, but we still need to activate this checkpoint to continue.
Let's go to the other side.
Which also quick saves the game, by the way. And yeah, I don't know why, but the planes are no longer coming. And this guy that has the shotgun, he won't give it to us until his house is destroyed. And if you destroy his house during what we just did, he'll just never come out of his house, and you'll just never get the double shotgun. It's really unfortunate. But anyway, double shotgun. Double shotgun's really cool. Also, these guys have a bit of an issue with you standing over here, and they just end up usually killing each other, and sometimes they've actually managed to hit you a bit, but overall, they just sort of jump around like that. It looks pretty great, if you ask me. But mostly just watch out for the axes. The double shotgun is not very good on long range, but this gun is actually pretty decent. There is, however, one thing that you might want to know about the double shotgun, which is if you're playing on version 1.0, which is the version you got when you basically bought a CD from a store back in like 2005 or wherever this game came out, it was actually possible to shoot the double shotgun and then quickly switch to another weapon and then switch back again, and you would basically immediately be able to shoot again. And that was pretty hilarious because it made the double shotgun one of the most powerful weapons in the game, because you could rapid fire it. And that's one thing you can do if you somehow manage to have a disc of Serious Sam. I think I probably still have one lying around, but I honestly don't know where it is, and I'm just playing on the Steam version right now, so unfortunately I won't be able to show that one off. But it's kind of interesting that it's a thing you can do. But having taken care of all those guys, there's some more towers over here. Our health is a little bit low, and we take about 40 damage per hit, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Fortunately, that guy drops some health down. And there is a little sign here with a banana with an X through it. But we don't believe in signs. We're just gonna get this tiny banana, shove it in that monkey's mouth.
Don't feed the monkey.
And the only reason why I'm doing this is because it counts as a secret area. It's not always immediately obvious which things are secret areas and which ones aren't. I actually looked back on the video of the previous level, and shooting the ball in the basket doesn't actually count as a secret, and this does. Like, it's a little bit inconsistent, but as long as you manage to just do everything, then eventually you should get every secret. Also, you can press the tab button, which stops all music, unfortunately, but it does show your statistics if you then press the enter button. But I don't really want to stop the music because the music of this game is probably one of my favorite Serious Sam soundtracks, just out of all the games. That's definitely one of the high points for me for this game, and this is not a very good boat, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? So moving onwards, we go towards the Simba village. This is not a very big level. Once we kill these guys, it's the end of the level
Be
basically.
useful. Save the Simba's village from invasion.
And
It's done.
kind of an odd thing, if you come all the way here with the enemies despawned because you went under the bridge, it'll still play this cutscene and the pillars will still break, but these guys just aren't there at all. The pillars just break by themselves. It looks really silly, but it is kind of interesting that it happens at all. Like, I at first obviously thought that these guys just break them because, you know, they hit them with their sticks, but apparently not. Apparently they just break by themselves. Kind of like the Simba plane earlier in this level, which, it's very strange, but what are you gonna do? It's kind of an odd game. But we killed this last guy, and all we have to do now is move towards that door, and we beat the level. But first, we're just gonna stand over here, look at the void, because for some reason, this level's not very well built. But what are you gonna do? It just looks a little bit odd. You can't actually get there because there is actually a functioning invisible wall there, but it looks pretty silly. Also, we never used a rocket launcher, but oh well. We'll be able to use that the next level. And we're just gonna finish it right here. We'll walk into this door over here.
You, Samus?
I guess.
Follow me.
Unfortunately, that village chief inexplicably speaks English. But yeah, that was level 2, Riverdance. And next time we play, we are going to do the Medigba village, or whatever it's called. I think that's the name of the level. And as such, the video ends here. So I hope you enjoyed so far. And the next time, that's what we're going to do. Bye-bye.